tulips. We're on our way to Haro's house this morning to go take care of things. Last minute things before we hit the road. And here's a bunch of tulips. And people doing something in the tulip field, which we don't know. That's nice.
What are we waiting for?
I was going to answer you.
So it's a drawbridge. You're going to actually see under it if you look. That's pretty huge, right, Beth?
Yeah, a lot bigger than the ones we have in Chicago.
A few minutes
Bridge is
later.
going down. Very exciting here. Watching the bridge go down. It's a big bridge. And look how wide the bicycle lane is. It's almost as wide as a traffic lane. We're racing a tractor.
The bike lane is also a tractor.
In case you need a tractor. So what we're doing right now is we're moved into the van. This is going to be like our first day out. We just left Haro's. I think we've already covered that. And we're sitting down figuring out where are we going to go. So
We have a plan. We have a plan. We're just outside of Amsterdam today, and we're going to the tulip garden, world famous tulip garden tomorrow, and we're going to have dinner with Ton and Jackie. After that, we're headed to Antwerp and Brussels.
Okay, so back to Brussels.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the inside of the van. We got some new chairs. I didn't show that yet. I guess I could do that. But yeah, it's 4:30.
Yeah.
And we're just getting ready to kind of
we have
finish the day.
We have a plan that we kind of looked at that said where did we want to go and what did we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But then when it comes down to it, you have to look tomorrow. Where are we parking the van tomorrow night, and where are we going? So that's kind of what I'm doing right now.
Right.
So.
Oh, and big news. You might notice there's an extra step back
Oh yeah,
there.
Timac, go show 'em.
You can see it quite well from here.
Yeah, Timac installed a stair for me, so that it's easier for me to get in the bed. Because with my bad knee, I was really struggling getting my knee up on the bed so I could get onto the bed. So,
Right.
Timac is my hero, because now it's so easy for me to get up into the bed.
I used to be your hero.
Sorry, Mark. It was your idea.
I can't make stairs.
Wait, it was your idea. Timac had the tools.
Yeah, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So, what else? What are you looking forward to on this trip?
Next couple weeks or the whole trip?
Yeah, next couple weeks.
Next couple weeks. Getting to France, wandering around France a little bit, going to Disneyland again, of course.
Hopefully it'll be.
Yeah. There's some museums.
Hopefully it'll be a little warmer at Disney than it was the last time.
We were in our winter coats and our winter hats the last time we were at Disneyland Paris. So yeah, and going to Paris, that's going to be a highlight for me because we're going to go see the Notre Dame redone and all shiny and new. So
I'm not sure how I feel about that. Notre Dame had a kind of a charm to it because it was old.
Uh-huh.
It was dusty. It was dirty.
Yeah.
It's still old. glad the building's still there.
Yes.
So
Yeah. So that's something I'm really looking forward to.
good. What do you think is like the challenges we've overcome right now with the van? What have we had?
Well, for me, it's the money, the exchange rate, with the dollar being so low.
That's very concerned about
the
exchange
dollar being
rate.
so low against the euros, and I'm kind of getting to the point of, well, whatever it is, that's what it is.
How much should we pay for fuel the other day?
I have no idea.
So how concerned are you?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it was like 100. I think it was like 120 euro to fill up the gas tank.
It was 119.
119 euro
Yep, and it cost $136.
to fill up the van.
Yeah, so
And we burned a quarter tank of gas since then, and we just did it yesterday.
yeah. So 119 in euros, 136 American. It used to be almost close to the same price. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's something that I'm getting over, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm pretty happy about that. And I'm really excited about our new chairs. We went and bought new chairs and a new barbecue grill.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, we talked about doing it, and we found a really great camping store to go and find them. So we did, and that's really good. I think those will make a difference for our trip this year.
I had trouble with a couple things. Right when we got here, we picked up the van, the check engine light was on. That seems to have resolved itself. And then the first night we were in here and the heater, which is diesel, quit working. And that seems like it's resolved itself. Now today we had Timex put a step in for us. And the new air conditioner, turns out, that is also a heat exchanger. So we're going to try that out tonight, see how that works. I'll do a little video about that. And I think that's most of my concerns were already taken care of.
Yeah, I mean, they resolved themselves. Two things were wrong with the van when we picked it up, and by Monday they were both gone, and we didn't have to do anything about it.
And also, there's a sticker on the back of the truck. It's for a gas inspection that expires in June of 2025. I thought it had something to do with the truck and the licensing. Haro says it's for the gas propane inside the camper. So I'm not
and it's
worried
Germany
about
that worries it.
Yeah, it's Germans that are worried about it. We're not in Germany, so kudos. It's over.
Yay! So really happy to be on the road, really happy to be planning to see where we're going and riding around in the van. We drove right by Amsterdam today, so it's
we're kind of like on the way to The Hague.
Yeah. So kind of excited.
So this is what planning looks like. We grab out this is a YouTube thing, and this is the master plan, and this is kind of a spreadsheet that we put together.
Well, when I find something we want to do, I put the URL. No, is that it? The www dot whatever.
The link.
Yeah, so you can click on
Hyperlink.
it. So you can click on it on the computer and go directly to the website of the museum we want to see, or the restaurant we want to eat at, so we can find it again. Because there's so much information that gets so, overwhelming.
Speaking of the links, the Starlink has been working. Beth she just turns it on, and it magically resists. It cannot resist her charms.
There you go.
And it fired up pretty easy.
It's working perfectly.
Yeah. At this point, I go on a rant for I don't know, the next 2 or 3 minutes. Very boring. So I cut it out because it was boring and just stupid.
So that's Mark's.
That's my rant.
Nice rant for
Thank
the
you.
day.
I don't rant.
No, very good.
Yeah. So let's get to the planning. What do you say?
Okay.
And
Sounds
then,
good.
then we can have some dinner.
Dinner sounds good too.
All right.
Let's get busy.
So here's what dinner looks like in the camper van. Got the air fryer going with some meatballs. Got some green beans on the stove. We have a couple of salads with, show them the salad dressing. American salad dressing. But on the table is also mustard and mayonnaise for the meatballs.
Yep.
Comes in a toothpaste container. Weirdest thing you ever saw, but it's very good. Here's the meatballs. So just that's kind of a typical how we cook. Not a typical recipe, but how we prepare and where we sit and all that stuff. There we go, that's better. So it'll be a nice night. Probably pretty quiet. We're just going to sit out here in our new chairs.
Feel nice.
They have a recline function,
Uh-huh.
and they take up all kinds of room.
And it's
But we don't
okay.
care. So, new chairs, new camping season.
We're excited. So our new setup for 2025 for our back, our garage, which is really just under our bed. But we're very excited. We got a new grill.
It's hiding down there.
It's a Weber with a lid, which is very nice.
I decided we have to put the handle on it.
Oh, I kept the handle.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
And we have new chairs, comfy chairs, table, and we left 2 suitcases with Haro. Instead of bringing them with us, we left 2 suitcases with Haro. So.
Yeah, he was very happy to have them.
Yeah, he didn't care.
Right.
And you put them away up in the attic. So,
Yeah. We got all our tools are over here. We have enough toilet paper.
Paper
Some
towels, toilet
storage
paper.
in there in the little black containers.
Yeah, these are all. And then where's your electric cord? Is that here?
I think it's over to your left.
Oh, up here.
Yeah.
So this is the electric cord. You plug the van in. It's a lot different than back home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a little cord in a box. And this is
The water.
perfect.
Yeah.
This is our Berkey. We put water in here to filter it so we can have drinking water no matter where we go. It's very easy. And Mark built this. Look. This comes out, but you have to unhook it first. And then it comes out. Ta-da! And you have water.
And we did that so that we could not have to hold the Berkey up.
Yeah, because we were balancing it here on the bumper and
didn't
trying
work.
to hold this and the water bottle and everything. So this is so nice to have.
Yeah, works great.
So, yep.
So far, day 3.
There.
And we have the bell. Ring the bell. Bell has been rung. Okay, let's go inside.
Okay.
Show the inside. New stuff.
You go first.
That's looking out the back. Here's the new air conditioner, which is also a heater. And then the new step, which I think we've already talked about. I just wanted to show you the back of the camper today
Uh-huh.
and make sure you had this set up.
Yeah.
We're at the flower festival place right now, or the tulip place, and we had a minute, so we shot this while Beth is looking for.
We don't know where we're staying tomorrow night. The lady that we had planned staying with is not returning emails and the phone's disconnected. So I have a feeling it's not a place to stay anymore. So now we need to find someplace else.
Yep. If you can't confirm it and you need to be there, you can't stay. Right?
Right.
Right. So, right. That's our setup for 2025. So here's an adventure.
Do I need to?
You got to do
Translate?
this first, I'm sure. Okay. Put a cup underneath. Pick one.
Latte macchiato?
Yeah, we're going big time. Move the cup over a little.
There doesn't seem to be any coffee in that. Oh, here comes the coffee. This is perfect for me.
That's buy me a coffee right there.
It's all milk, little coffee.
That's awesome. Is that one yours?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, which one do you want?
I think I want a wiener melange. No, I don't know what I want. There. Let's look.
Do you want me to? Here, we'll do this. This is what we do.
Cappuccino.
Okay, so this is Vienna, Milan, espresso, you know that. Double espresso,
Mm-hmm.
cappuccino, latte, coffee delivery, hot chocolate, 2 times. I don't know what that means.
So just espresso. It's really enough.
Or a coffee.
Buy me a coffee. We don't even know how much it was.
No. Now what do you want?
That doesn't matter. Press 1. That's the coffee place. And also the shower room. We're in a marina, which is kind of where we like to stay places. They're usually very nice. Lots of boats, lots of covers. Lots of these big, like, barges. People seem to like that style. You can see it there, then Minesweeper. It's kind of the style of boat. You see those in Amsterdam a lot. And we're not far from Amsterdam. So, yeah, just really enjoying this cup of coffee. I don't know why. Just because it's good. Oh, and this, we're not far from Schiphol Airport in Amsterdam. So we got a lot of airplanes last night. So boats and airplanes. What's unplanned for today? What are we going to do right now?
We're going to go see some tulips. We're going to the tulip garden.
Well, what are we doing right now?
Right now we're getting coffee.
It's a coffee. In the marina.
Yes.
Bathroom's clean?
Sparkly.
Good. All right, so let's jump in the car
Okay.
and go see some tulips.
Okay. You see the boats?
I did.
The boats?
Yep.
Okay.
Here
Very
we
good.
go. In 3, 2, 1. Hello. We're here today with Beth Schramm,
Oh.
part of the Up and Down the Road planning crew. Beth has been instrumental in getting us to Europe and planning stuff. A lot of people ask us, how can you do all that? How can you even start? Where do you even, why aren't you, who does all that? So today we're going to try to answer a couple of questions and like what happens in a week of planning and what we do. So, Beth?
Why, thank you for having me, Mark. I'm so happy to be here.
Okay. Wait, let me turn your microphone on. You're good. You're good. keep going.
A little technical. Get the tech crew out here.
Okay, that's good. We got you on the microphone.
Okay.
Now. You probably should be okay.
Okay, good.
Beth,
Yes.
can you tell us a little bit something about how far in advance do you start planning a European adventure such as this one?
Well, I started looking at stuff in January, February, while we were still in Florida, kind of getting the big picture of where we wanted to be.
Can I remind you of a little boat ride?
Oh, on the Rotterdam? Yeah.
Yeah, when did we plan that?
Oh, when we were on the Rotterdam
On our way home.
Yep. So when we were on the cruise, we said last fall to get home, we said this is a great way to travel. We're going to do this, and that's how we're going to come back to Europe next spring instead of flying. So that's what we did.
So some things get planned
Ahead of time, much more ahead of time.
way ahead of time.
Right, because we've already booked our cruise from Europe back home next October. We booked that while we were on the cruise.
Can you tell us what kind of things are like the most time sensitive? What are the ones you got to kind of get?
There's
right away?
some tickets, like if we want to see the Sistine Chapel, we want to see the Sistine Chapel.
Yep.
You have to buy tickets in advance. You have to know when the tickets come available, and then it's like you have to be on the right day to look to see to get the tickets.
So that's a far in advance thing. What
Yes.
would be something that you could do closer to the day, or stuff that you really don't have to plan? What is stuff like that?
Well, if we have an idea of where we're going to be, I can look to see where we're going to spend the night that night. You can find places to stay the same day if you need to.
Really?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
But Mark and I are more comfortable knowing where we're going to stay a few days ahead.
I would much rather know where we're staying 2 days ahead than the day of. But we have been known to do the day of. There's a glitch or something like that.
Yeah, or
You know.
we get to the place we planned we were going to stay, and either there's no room for us, or we look at it and we're like, this is way too sketchy. Because we do some just parking in places overnight where there's no services. It's not a campground. It's usually a parking lot somewhere. And they're usually very safe and no problem. But sometimes you pull up, you're like, yeah, we're not staying here. So then we have to find someplace else to stay. And I use this Park for Night app on my phone to do just that.
And then after you find it on Park for Night, what's the next thing you do? Do you use any other software?
I use the address that you get off of Park for Night, and then I take that address, plug it into Google Maps, and then look at it so you can actually see the picture of the parking lot.
So you'll do the street view.
Yeah, street view, exactly.
If it's
If it's
available.
possible. If
Yeah.
not, just the regular above view to make sure that our van will fit in the parking lot and it looks okay.
And then what about if when we get someplace, what are some of the things we look for?
In parking lot wise or campground wise?
Yeah, I'll take this one.
Okay.
What I'm talking about is when you get someplace, like we're in a parking lot right now, and we figured out, we've been here before, we were here last year, but we still look at it. Is there broken glass on the ground? Are there tire marks on the ground? Are there a couple sketchy people walking around? Is there more than one exit? And what's the neighborhood look like? So just kind of your street smart kind of thing. So, but that's short term. To the long term stuff, what is the hardest part about getting a spot anywhere in the world? Anywhere in the world.
Some of the campgrounds that we want to book, the people are not native English speaking people. So, and it says, and it does, there's not a website to click on to click your spot. It says call. And you call, and they don't speak English. But we've only run into that a few times. And you
Right.
can do, email works because the Google Translate will translate your English to whatever their language is and then back again for us. So that works too.
And that's a me problem. That's not.
Oh,
a them
totally.
problem.
Yeah, totally. But if we want to
Not
book,
complaining, just
no,
saying this is
that's the reality of it.
what you
know.
might run into.
And then, yeah, so, and like one place we left without paying because we thought we had paid for it online.
Beth thinks that that's what happened.
What do you think?
No, it's exactly what happened. I didn't want to stiff the guy, and we were just saying we knew we were coming back,
Right.
and we've never not paid for a campsite.
No, it was just a language problem, and we thought we had paid when we made the reservation online. Normally, you pay when you make the reservation, and that's not what happened online on
No.
that particular one. So, and we just left the next day without paying, and then they contacted us, and they were like, "You didn't pay us,"
And then we had to wire the money.
and then we had to wire the money to them.
And then that took 2 different times
Yeah.
because the amounts were wrong.
Yeah.
Whatever.
If
It's less of a hassle. Just pay the man fee.
Right, and so now learning experience, right? Now when we leave, we make sure, did we pay? Was it online? Was it cash? However it was.
Right.
So,
back to the planning part. We kind of
yes.
got a little bit off track.
well, it was campground things.
Would you say, how do you do it do you do a big picture first, or do you go, okay,
Yes.
I want to see this place, and that place, or
No,
time frame,
what?
Shenzhen zone? Touch on that.
Oh, you want me to talk about the Schengen zone?
Just a little bit.
Okay, so there's a rule that people that do not have a European passport can only stay in Europe 90 out of 180 days. It's the Schengen zone, and most European countries are in it. So as us, we can only be in Europe for 90 days out of a 180-day period. So we start our vacation in Europe, we wander around for about 70 days, 75 days, and then we go over to England and Ireland, which is not part of the Schengen zone, so then we can stay there until it's time to leave again and go back to Europe. We have our 15 days holding, so we have time to pack up the camper and leave.
And we've already done that on this trip by booking the cruise here and the cruise home.
Right, so we know exactly what our 2 end dates are, so we know where we have to be and not be.
And we also have insurance for that time period.
Right, we have travel insurance, which already came in handy. That Mark's suitcase got bashed by the cruise people, and they gave us a credit.
You remember the gorilla that they'd have throwing the luggage around? Well, they got an elephant to throw mine around. Put a hole in the corner of the suitcase. But crazy. But kudos to Holland America. They kind of made it right.
Sure.
They gave us a $50 credit, and they took the dent out of the suitcase. It still looks like hell, but it doesn't matter. It's just a suitcase. But, yeah. So that was the travel insurance. Make sure you get it.
Okay, so now what?
Well, let's look at how we know where we're going to be next.
Oh, well, you asked, how do I start planning, right?
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of 4 months of day to day.
Right, so what I do is I look at the big picture. We know that we'll be starting from Harrow's Place, going through Rotterdam, and ending up in Disneyland, France. That's our first couple weeks of Europe. So we look at that general route, and then we look to see what do we want to do along that route, basically.
And we do that using Google Maps. We do that using a paper map. We have this big-ass Europe map, which I'm going to ask Beth to shag down from the pizza oven. It's the one we bought. It came from the UK. It's actually a pretty neat little
Yeah,
book.
it really helps with planning.
Yeah, and it has all the rules.
And there's all our notes.
And then we do like pocket notes and
Yeah.
stuff. Now, how precise is our planning?
It's kind of precise.
Is it by the hour?
No,
Is it by the day?
kind of.
Is it by the week?
Definitely by the week. Yes. And then during this week.
There you go. You're back.
Hi.
Yeah.
So, and then during this week, we look at next week to see where we're going and see if we have a plan, or do we, like yesterday I was looking, we don't have anywhere to spend tomorrow night and the next night. We didn't have a booking.
Right.
We had a place we kind of knew we wanted to stay, so I sent the email to the owner yesterday, and she replied today saying that we were welcome to come.
And Mark always has an ace up his sleeve.
And what's that?
I'll just turn left. I'll just turn left. If we see something, we're going to go there. If we end up checked in late, except for stuff like the Sistine Chapel or something, where we have a time ticket entry, like today we went to, and this will be future video, we went to a tulip place, and it had a little teaser for you. This had a timed entry.
Yeah.
So in that case, with a timed entry, you're going to have to be there. We're not going to mess around. and it was very crowded, and we knew it was going to be. So we just went there. But other times,
We wander down the road and we say, "Oh, that looks cool. Let's stop." And like today, we went by a place with a Heineken sign, big Heineken sign. I was like, "Mark, you want a beer?"
I was like, no, we
No,
gotta
we
get to
gotta
Rotterdam. But
We're meeting friends for dinner tonight, so
yeah,
it was a no. But
but
we do try to have flexibility. Otherwise, it's no fun.
yeah, it's
You know.
just going from point A to point
Yep.
B and
Yep.
not enjoying what's in between.
Exactly.
And it's very important to do that. So back to some of the software stuff.
Yes.
What's on the computer here?
Oh, this
what do
is
we got?
our general plan for Netherlands, France, and Germany.
I
So the
probably should
first
learn how to put this on
you could do that. Yes,
computer. I
we
should
could
really
scroll through. Very
figure that
fancy.
out.
Very
Yeah.
fancy. But this is our first month in Europe, basically, and it's just the dates, where we're going, and then I use hyperlinks to where we want to go. So, and this is also on my phone. You
It
didn't.
goes out quite a ways. I'm sorry for the interruption there. So what are we talking about here on the computer again?
Oh, this is just a plan for the first 3-4 weeks we're going to be in Europe, and I put dates, how long, what kind of kilometers we're going to be traveling that day, and also hyperlinks of where we're going. And this is on my phone, so I can click on it on my phone and open Google Maps, and there we go. It's easy.
What about Google Maps?
Google
What about
Maps.
the thing that Shannon showed us about how to pin stuff?
Oh yeah, the Google Maps, we have all our favorites for each country or things we're planning on going to, and it's all in Google Maps so that we can find it.
Yeah, so you can look, and it's by country. We have it sorted by country so that you can look at the map and zoom down to what's going on where.
So this is the Netherlands. And this is where we are. And these are all the places that either we went to last year or we're going to this year.
And then scroll here. So that makes it really cool because then you can put a note on it and other stuff like that.
Right. So, and we use Google Maps a lot for getting places, for planning, for sharing where
For
we
navigation.
are. Navigation is very important. So yeah, Google Maps, I wouldn't want to travel without it. Google Maps for navigating and getting around and using my phone as information, even for tickets. I buy tickets, they're on my phone. And then we go to a venue, you have to be able to get your phone to work at the venue. So I bought a SIM card for my phone so that it works everywhere we go. It costs $49 a month.
And that's a lot cheaper than the $12 a day.
Oh, it would be
for
$12 a
Verizon.
day with Verizon, which doesn't work. It's very sketchy,
Spotty, yeah.
spotty coverage. So it's a great thing. And
Well,
the phone, it's important for me to work wherever we are in case people at home need to get a hold of us too. So
and I'm living in the 70s. I have a phone, but it doesn't operate outside my home. And this
that's
is my
so
home.
true.
I get video, I can do email, I can surf, I can do whatever I want while I'm in the van because it's a Wi-Fi phone. I'm hooked up to the Starlink.
Right.
But if I'm out and about on the street, it's Beth's phone. So,
Right. And
yeah.
that works. That works for us.
All right, so that's about our planning.
Yeah.
That's so in a nutshell, we start a year before, and we're still planning the day of.
Or yeah, the day here. We're in Rotterdam right
Yeah.
now planning.
That's another big planning thing that we don't do enough of.
Oh, the groceries?
Yeah.
Yeah. The groceries is a thing because we only have enough room for 2 or 3 days of groceries in the camper, in the fridge.
Yep.
So we have to go grocery shopping every 2 or 3 days, and we have to plan doing that.
And we never know where it is.
And we're like, oh, we have to go grocery shopping. Where's the Aldi?
And sometimes there isn't one.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's another whole meal planning and grocery shopping is another whole thing.
That's a whole nother video.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Wrap it up.
So that's what we have for our planning section here. Thank you, Mark, for having me and being so patient.
Yeah, I was as patient as I could be until I couldn't be anymore.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun, and it's really no more it's really not much more work than what you do at home. What you're doing at home right now. What are you going to do tomorrow? What are you going to do the next day? Are we going away on the weekend? There's a lot of that. People do that every day. Grocery shopping, stuff like that. The difference is for us, we're traveling between places a lot more. So that's what makes it exciting.
Yeah.
So thanks for subscribing,
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for subscribing and for watching and putting up with us.
putting up with us, and
Yep.
giving us thumbs ups and all that.
Yes.
So that's going to do it for this one. Hope you got some information out of this that you can use and some insights as to how we travel around Europe. And we're going to have a lot more videos coming up. In fact, I think we're probably going to have 2 this week. So make sure you subscribe and give us a thumbs up if you liked it. And we'll see you up and down the road.